to al-iman bil-qadr. Second point, ikhwani, is that in terms of the qadr of Allah, nothing happens except by the mashi'ah of Allah. That's another word in Arabic that we non-Arabic speaking people should add into our vocabulary. When you say masha'Allah, insha'Allah, the word mashi'ah of Allah, because this is a reoccurring word and idea that Ahl Sunnah are upon. Anyone who dies on La ilaha illallah, he may gamble, murdered 100 people, committed zina, he did all of the crimes collectively. He was gay, nas'alullah al-afi was salama. He was gay and he died on La ilaha illallah. That person is under the mashi'ah of Allah. In sha'a ghafara lahu, when sha'a adzabahu. It's not for you to say he's in the hellfire. It's not for you to say that. He's under the mashi'ah of Allah. Man qala la ilaha illallah nafa'athu yawman min dahrihi. Anyone who said la ilaha illallah, it's going to benefit him sooner or later. Man kana la ilaha illallah akhir kalami dakhala al-jannah. Whoever the last thing he said was la ilaha illallah is going to Jannah. That's the power and the weight of the kalim of a tawheed. He's under the mashi'ah of Allah. We don't make takfir of Muslims because sins that they commit without properly looking at the conditions. Al-muhim, the mashi'ah. Everything with the qadr is connected to the mashi'ah of Allah, meaning Allah's will. If Allah didn't will it, it's not going to happen. No matter if you willed it, all of the people willed it, or the jinn willed it along with you. If Allah didn't will it, it's not going to happen. The guidance of the people, that's with Allah Ta'ala's will and no one else's will. He told us in the Quran, وَلَا تَشَاءُونَ إِلَّا يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ رَبُّ الْعَالَمِينَ. You people, you don't have a will unless Allah wills, and He's the Lord of all the worlds. وَلَوْ شَاءَ رَبُّكَ مَا فَعَلُوا. If your Lord didn't will it, they wouldn't have done it. Good or bad. Good or bad. You're coming to this place today. If Allah didn't will it, it wouldn't happen. The people were murdering other people and they didn't come and they making shirk and other than that. If Allah didn't will it, it wouldn't have happened. وَلَوْ شَاءَ رَبُّكَ لَآمَنَ مَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ كُلُّهُمْ جَمِيعًا. If your Lord willed it, everyone in this world, everyone would have believed, all of them. But He didn't will that. He didn't will that. So we ask Allah Ta'ala that He keeps us under His Mashiach and that we're from the people of Al-Jannah. وَلَوْ شِئْنَا لَأَتَيْنَا كُلَّ نَفْسٍ هُدَاهَا. Had we willed, we would have given everyone their guidance. Why didn't Allah give them the guidance? That's not for you or me to ask. That's from Allah Ta'ala's infinite wisdom. Had He put everyone in the dunya, in the knot of Jahannam, He wouldn't have been oppressive to them. They deserved it. And had He put everyone in the dunya, in the Jannah, His rahmah would have been greater than the works that they did. So as it relates to the qadr, first thing, you have to know that everything is written already. Your deeds, your actions, they're already written. Number two, everything is by the mashi'ah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What He sha is what's going to happen. What He lam yasha is not going to happen. Number three, ikhwani, is that everything is by Allah Ta'ala's creation. He is Al-Khaliq from His names. Al-Khaliq, the one who brings into existence something that didn't exist. He's the only one who can do that. The other people, when we read those ayat, Allah Ta'ala is the Ahsanul Khaliqeen. He's the best of those who create. Does that mean that there are other creators along with Allah? La wallahi. The other people, when they create something like a door, like a masterpiece, whatever they create, even with this stem cell and all of that, they always are going to use something that's already here to bring the next thing into existence by Allah's mashi'ah, by Allah's kitaba, by Allah Ta'ala's creating that particular thing first and foremost. So everything has been created by Allah Ta'ala. Everything. Allahu khaliqu kulli shay'in. Allah created everything. 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 For that reason, Al-Imam Al-Bukhari, rahimahullah ta'ala, the Amir al-Mu'mineen fil Hadith, he had a book, one of the famous books of Al-Imam Al-Bukhari, a refutation on the people of the Qadariyah. This book was written as a refutation, book of Hadith, not Kalam. I'm surprised to a certain degree that we get some questions of just Kalam. Someone doesn't understand something, and when you try to sit to explain, they give you back just kalam. Give me what Allah said, give me what the Prophet said, give me what the ulama of Islam said. Not just kalam and explaining things. And Imam al-Bukhari's book, all hadith, with the chain of narration. That book is called Kitab Khalq Af'al al-Ibad. The book that shows the proofs that Allah Ta'ala created all of the people's actions. Your sitting there is a creation of Allah. My talking is a creation of Allah. How, what? That's not for you to ask. It's easy to buy into. Everything in existence is by the creation of Allah Ta'ala. Lastly and finally, from the 4 issues connected to al-Iman bil-Qadr, is that everything is by the knowledge of Allah. The infinite knowledge of Allah Azza wa Jal. As I mentioned, Ya Abdullah, every footstep that you've taken up into this point, Allah knows how many they are. He knows where they are. You don't know your footsteps from where you came to here. From coming into this masjid, you cannot retrace your exact footsteps. You won't do it. Can't do it. Unless Allah allowed you to do it. And now you're going to turn around and say, why, how? Things concerning our own selves. Every single issue that's been brought into creation, past, present, and what's to come, in the universe, in Jannah, in the Nar, in the world of the angels, in the alim al-ghayb that we don't know. There are so many details beyond our ability to comprehend. Beyond our ability. Ibn Adam is miskeen and da'if. And that's why, ikhwani, if the slave came to know who Allah was, he'll know who he is. He won't be arrogant, nor would he be too weak. He won't be arrogant, thinking that he's better than this one or that one because he comes from that side of the dam, or he's with that tribe, or this color. He'll never be arrogant, because he knows that Allah Ta'ala is more arrogant. He is mutakabbir. That's a name only for Allah. You're Abdul Mutakabbir. Nor would he be faint-hearted. He won't let people tell him, you can't do that. You can't do that. I want to go into business for myself. I want to get off the public assistance. I want to change my vocation, and I want to do this. I want to study that. The people come, the big haters, the haters. They come and say, you can't do that. Why I can't do that? Al-Qadir is my Khaliq, not you. If you were to look on paper at the Prophet ﷺ and his dawah, in the beginning of Mecca, in the beginning, the way they were, weak and oppressed, the haters would say, you can't do that. You'll never succeed. But he succeeded. And the same thing with the condition of the Muslims today. All of these problems, all of these problems, all of these problems. But this is the religion of Al-Qadir, Al-Qawi, Al-Aziz, Al-Jabbar. Last thing as it relates to Al-Qadr, the 4th point. First one is that everything has been written. Second one, everything is by the Mashiach of Allah. The third one, everything has been created. Your actions are created. When they asked Al-Imam al-Bukhari, he went to Naysabur, where Imam Muslim was from. The big scholar of that area, a man by the name of Muhammad ibn Yahya al-Dhuhali, from the big scholars in hadith. Some problems. They said, go and test Bukhari. Go and test him. Ask him about the Quran. Is it created? Not created? Al-Bukhari knew if he answered this way or that way, either way he's going to get in trouble. He answered and he said, my recitation of the Quran is created. My recitation of the Quran is created. Became a big balbala, big fitna. People said Al-Imam al-Bukhari is an innovator. Anyone who has been described as being an innovator, if someone described al-Bukhari as an innovator, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Big fitna. Your recitation of the Quran, you're reading, you're writing, you're sitting down, you're driving, you're coming, you're going, you're living, you're dying, is by